friends, this is the Bijou Baker. I'm Maria. Today we're going to get some snacks ready for Super Bowl. Sunday fun day. And I think they play a sport. That's the best part of the commercials and the snacks and the food. I'm going to be honest, I don't follow football, but I love Super Bowl. I don't follow basketball, but I love the playoffs. Same with baseball. I'm not a fan like some of you guys, which I tip my hat to you. I always want to be. I just don't know what team to follow. But I love the final sport, the final playoff game, whatever. I know, that's me. So I have a few things that I'm going to put out for you. Really easy and so yummy. You could do this. There's going to be a few of them. Each of them only have a few ingredients, but make such a great impact. So first thing we're going to do is, it's like an everything bagel. 2 ingredients, including the everything sprinkle, which is how it comes. It's got, what does it have? It's got the garlic and the onion and the sesame seeds and the poppy seeds and all these really great, phenomenal flavors. This is something you probably want in your pantry, because even with scrambled eggs sprinkled on, it takes eggs to a completely different level. So I'm going to make not bagels, but I'm just going to get the dough and I'm going to roll them out into just fingerlings, and then those are going to be good dippers for a variety of different sauces. So that part is super easy. Let's get that going. So we start off with 2 cups of self-rising flour, pinch of salt, and 2 cups of Greek yogurt. That's it. That's the entire ingredient list. So it's going to make a really good dough. We're just going to roll it out. I think I'm going to use my hands. That yogurt smells so good. Yep, that's it. I'm gonna use my hands and get a little messy. But first, let me take off my ring. Okay, so once you get it to where it's not so sticky, and yes, I did wash my hands, go ahead and roll it out. I'm going to do it in 2 pieces. And I'm just going to make logs, long, thin logs. You can, at this point, you can really do a lot with it. You can cut it in just a strips and roll it out and make bagels, or roll it flat and make crust for pizza. But I'm just going to make finger logs. Okay, so I took that log, I cut it in half, and this looks so much more than what I'm looking for. They're not gonna, you know, rise a whole lot, but they're gonna rise pretty good. So I'm just gonna take pieces like this, and that's really about all I want. You're gonna go right on a cookie sheet. And I'm going to continue doing this with all the dough. All right, then you top these with a light egg wash. And if you didn't know, an egg wash is just 1 scrambled egg with about 2.5 teaspoons of water. I mean, it's just a little bit of water. This will, it'll help the stuff to stick on top, and then it'll give it a nice crusty coating to brown well. These will go in a 350 oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then you just sprinkle the everything bagel topping on it. Let's see if it has a sprinkle side. These are so light and airy. That's good. Even that smells good. I'm gonna really put some on, because as it does rise, it'll take some of this goodie off. If you had a special seasoning you really like, you can use that instead. All right, in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes at 350. Okay, so while those are baking, we're going to work on the second appetizer, which are bite-sized pretzels. Pretzel bites with a cheese dip. It's everything you can get in the store. So another super easy but really light, really yummy pretzel. If you've never made pretzels, the key is baking soda. You boil it in baking soda and it crusts up when you bake it. Go figure. It works great. Watch. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is get some biscuits, whatever kind you like. It really doesn't matter. You're going to quarter them and then roll them into a ball. You're going to take a knife and put an X on them. That's what's going to happen with all of these. All right, so we got a pot of water. There should be more water. I'm only going to 2/3 of a cup for about 10 cups. So for every 10 cups of water, use about 2/3 of a cup of baking soda. I don't have 10 cups, so I'm just going to go in half. And just let that dissolve. You know, I think I'm going to put a little bit more. Not all of it, but most of it. I did put in most of it. So I'm going to drop these in. They're only going to boil for about, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 seconds. From here, they're going to go on to the cookie sheet. These biscuits have butter pieces in it. That's all right. And you don't have to worry about the excess water because it's water. It's going to go in the oven. It's going to dry off real well. But you do want to make sure that they're separated because they're sticky. So sticky right here. At this point, I'm going to just dabble on some kosher salt on some of them. Not a lot. And I'll continue this until we're done. Okay, so the pretzels are baking. These fingerlings are out. What an incredible aroma they give. Too hot to dig in, but they get to a nice golden brown. It was about 30 minutes, I think, for everything, because I opened the door, which will always lower the temperature just a bit. So these are done. Okay, so now the cheese sauce for the pretzel bites. This is one... Anything that you use for these dips is going to be perfect. I'm just going to use the Velveeta Queso Blanco, which is just white cheese. You can use cheddar cheese. You can do whatever you want. I'm just going to melt this with a few other things just to give it more flavor. So let's see. I'll make the whole thing because it's good and it will go fast. Also, if you should have leftovers, it's really good like this spread on the inside of a grilled cheese sandwich. Did you know that now? This can be done on the stove or in the microwave. I'm just going to do it in the microwave because I'm looking for quick. With everything going for the Super Bowl, you don't want to spend more time in the kitchen than you need to. That's it. It's all going to go in a bowl. I'm going to put it in for, I'm going to guess about 1.5 minutes, and every 30 seconds I'm going to stir it. Then we'll dress it up. Okay, so this is about 1.5 minutes. It's okay, but it's still way too thick to use as a dip. Now, the couple things I'm going to put inside is Worcestershire sauce, and that will thin it out a little bit. And I'm going to put in a little bit of brown mustard. Okay, and then I'll continue to melt this. If it still stays way too clumpy, I'm going to add a little bit of cream. Okay, so I added probably about 1/2 cup of milk to this, and it gives me a really good creamy sauce. If you want it saucier, and I think I just might, I'm going to add more cream. That will That will thin it out and still give it richness. Play with the mustard seeds, brown mustard and Worcestershire if you feel you need to, but this has a really, really good taste and a pretty nice, it's going to stick to the pretzels really well. So for the third and final dip, this is a creamy chipped beef kind of dip. The only time in my existence I will ever eat budding sandwich meat is in this. This is what I. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's probably about as processed as it gets, but it's good. I'm making it. There we go. So you just take a brick of cream cheese and a cup of sour cream and some chopped budding. It doesn't, this is roast beef. It really doesn't matter what kind you use. I'm going to ask you, don't judge me until you've actually tasted this. And if you've tasted it and you still don't like it, okay, that's at least there's that. Let me mash this up a little bit. Now, originally, we take this, and you do not need salt with this. There's so much salt in the meat. Again, no matter which flavor you choose, chicken, roast beef, whatever other flavors they have, I don't even know, ham. Don't add salt. It's so salty. It's processed. I won't apologize. All right. So this gets mixed up, and ordinarily I fill an empty sourdough bread bowl with it. Take out cut off the top, scoop out the insides, put this inside and bake it. This time I'm just going to use it for dip itself for the other things that are there. So I'm just going to put it in a dish. I'm still going to bake it. And you know, there are a ton of things I could do to pick up the flavor, but I'm really looking for just the memory of what I used to make when I made this 100 years ago. So it goes into a bowl. Bake it at 350 for about 20 minutes. It doesn't make a whole lot, which you might think, yay. But I'm not going to lie, you guys. There's something to this crazy little dip that is just good. And I'm not going to add or change anything to this. This is how I remember it, and this is how I'll enjoy it. 350 for about 20 minutes. It'll bubble, and then it's ready to serve. Okay, the pretzels are out of the oven. They're beautiful. Homemade is always a little different looking, but it makes up for it in the taste. So good. Check it out. Imperfections and all, I love it. Now, they've got that really good gold color to it, but it's a soft pretzel. Personally, that's my favorite pretzels, are soft pretzels. So, in the dusting of kosher salt just really tops it off. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let me see if they're too hot to touch, but I want to open one up. Ha, 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 ha. Can you see? It's very, ooh, steamy. It's very light. Well, it's a biscuit, so you know what the biscuits are like, but it's not, it doesn't have that hard, crunchy shell. If that's what you like, boil it longer, but I like them soft. Okay. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. And so this is the cheese dip. Now, it's kind of thick, and I don't want it to run down. So you can see the bits and pieces of the golden mustard, the brown mustard. It's brown mustard, big chunks of it. And the Worcestershire sauce with that queso blanco, it gives it a really, really good. You can flavor. You can use it in cheddar dip. You can use it with both of these, those beauties. They're just dippables. So whatever you like, marinara sauce or pesto or artichoke dip or whatever is around, they're good dippers. Good options rather than just a standard cracker. And this, oh. Yeah, that Worcestershire sauce really pairs well with the cheese. Then you get a snap of that mustard seed and happy times. Okay, so the next is the dip. Okay, 30 minutes, dip is done. That smell, it just a tidal wave of memories. When I first got married, we made this all the time. Food is memories. That's the great thing about food. That's why we love it so much. Yes, it's good, but it's also what you associate with the food, right? So here's the dip. So it's really creamy. It smells. There's really nothing spectacular to this, and maybe it's just I'm one of the 5 people who really just find this to be one of those great dips. But you have this with either of the ones that we made, or just spread on the inside of a grilled cheese sandwich, or just in pasta. So many possibilities. That's what I remember. I'm young again. This is a fountain of youth. So simple. Works for me. I had it with the everything breadstick, and I also had it with the pretzel. Both winners. Winners. So, Super Bowl. It's all about the food. And we'll watch the sport. Football. It's the food. All right, my friends. Until next time, enjoy your Super Bowl. Happy baking.
Ah, that was fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.